Right, clutch on. Right, I'll give this a clean up. What I've noticed on my ooh, what was that? Could be thunder. There again, there's been sirens going off in ICI. Right, what I've noticed on my basket is it started to raise just on the edge. Now I could file them off, but it's not interfering with the plates as such. They are just starting to sawtooth. But yes, I'll leave them for now. Yeah, see, they're not interfering. The rest I've cleaned up. Now, you usually find the hubs, the cush hub, will fit on these splines one way the best. So it's best to go around the splines. I've marked this with just a red marker. And if you turn it round, it should end up where it drops on. I'm going to put this on as a unit. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a grease up on the rollers. Try not to knock them all over the place. I think we have thunder. And clag on the basket. Watch me move all the rollers. Shift that out of the way. Put that round. Just make sure there's none fell over onto the sides. And they look good. Nearly did it again. Don't forget your square bolts and make sure they are in correctly. Not like that, they want to be square in so they drop down. They are going to move about when I put them in, so I'll double check them. Put a bit of grease around that. Right, hang on. And I'm just going to put a bit of grease in each of the doodies. This is how you usually discover you've forgotten the studs. Oops. Oh, there you go, that's on. Just give these a twist, make sure they're in. Sprocket the higher part in over, like so. And I'm just going to wrap the chain around. Right. Right, I'm going to start by cleaning all the oil off the tapered. You don't want no oil on the tapers. And I've cleaned the thread up of all the Loctite. Next bit is the woodruff key. That's quite a nice fit. Tap that down and make sure it's parallel with the shaft. Right, on the front, seeing that I'm using the same sprockets and stuff, I'm going to keep the same shims, and the shims are to line this front sprocket up with the clutch basket. So I'm going to find the spacer, and if you look inside the spacer, there's a small recess that goes in over. So we want that on. Right. Now I want my shims. So I'll put my shims on. And I'm just going to apply a bit of oil around the splines. I'll squirt a bit in there as well. Oh, get on that bearing. Right. Right, I've got the key in. It's about parallel with the shaft. I didn't unadjust my tensioner, so it should be in about the right place. Right, plug on the clutch as a unit. Just work the front one on first, just get it lined up. In there somewhere. Oh. Right, yeah, that's started. And then the same with the hub. Can't see the key. Turn that shaft round a touch. Oh, this has been an awkward bugger. Yeah, what have I got? Hassle here. I'm going to pull that off. Oh. Right, I'll put grease inside there, just for that. Big spacer. I'll just tap that one on a bit more, and then I will draw it on. Spacer with the, it's got quite a chamfer on the inside, so I'm going to put the chamfer on the inside. and then the key. Yeah. Then my rotor. You don't want to bang rotors or any magnets really, because the I am not putting Loctite on that one ever again. So that will nip up. Right, I'm going to temporarily put my nut on there. I'll buy a new one day, seeing that half of that one's snapped off. Which one are we on? Not bad, first time. Right, it's just a slight nip, because I will have to connect my back brake, and then I can lock things up really solid and tighten stuff up. You're looking good. Right, brake on, and then I can lock the clutch up. Plenty of grease on the bolt, on the spindle. OTT in the grease. Put it in the hole because it usually scrapes off. Right. We have to put that lob it on there for a minute. Wash your self-locking nut and see if I can reach it. There it is. Seven sixteenths with this side, and it's 9/16 with 9/16 yeah on the other side. Get it on. Looks like it's on there. Right, now I can put it into gear and lock it up, so I'll just clag it into gear. It'll be Loctite. To get some new stuff. Right, just a dot on there. Apply the brake, the leg's not in the way. I'll tighten that one first. Tighten up on that one. Right, I want my clutch locking plate, because I am now tightening the engine. Clutch locking plate. And same again. Nice and tight on that one. That's this side tight. Disconnect the brake. So I've got a bit more room around the clutch. I think that'd be enough if I didn't put that on and leave one nut on. Right, the alternator bolts, 3 of them, 2 long ones go in the front. The shorter one in the centre. Touching on the magnet. It's a bit awkward to get at that one. Just to say, not hardly nip them. I usually leave these slack till I've got the windings on. Right, get these off. Oh dear me, them are good, them. Good magnet. Off. God, God, that nearly pulled my fingernails off, I'll tell you. There, right. Right. They're handy, them. Right. The original stator. It's in good nick. and it still works, and it's, I don't know, 40-year-old. Like better than the other one. Cable to the top. And I think I've explained before, you usually want to run a file through the holes, because with it being made of multi-plates, they don't line up sometimes, so just make sure it runs down the 3 holes you're using. Run down the bolts. Right, so once I go in about that position. Right, you need a gap obviously all the way around. So it's 1/8 thou feeler gauge, and I'm just going to go around, and as we can see we've got a good gap everywhere in that. So whack the nuts on, nip them down, tighten the studs up, although the studs can't come out once these are nipped up, because these will act like a lock nut. So that's nipped, that's nipped, and that's nipped. Right. Careful doing that, just in case there's sharp bits on the end of your studs. Nipped up, I'm just going to double check. That's them tightened up fully. And I've got an 1/8 thou gap all the way around. Right, clutch plates. I haven't boiled them, I've just wiped the oil off them. Pop that through there just to keep it in the way. Right, or out the way I should say. Start off with a fibre plate or a friction. These are still roughed up from when I roughed them up before, just rubbing them on the concrete. Fibre or friction, plain plate. I've had that one in first. And then just alternate plates till you've got the 12 in. And then the outer one. Right. Now the pressure plate. Little notch on these, the notches go inside, go into a notch in here. So I'll plug them in, line them up. Right, I haven't got the other side on, so I'll put the clutch pressure plate in, the push rod from the other side. when I do that, when I go back round there. So pressure plate, I've greased up the inside so these can, that's nice and slippy if you like. Now as I said, as I was having clutch slip problems, I've actually packed my springs by about that, what's that, about 1/8 of an inch. So a couple of washes in first. Then the spring. And then the nut. I'll put the nut in a sec. So undo that, a couple of washes, they're all symmetrical. So washes, springs, and I'll just start the nuts off. Because I want the other side on, and I want my kickstart on obviously. And then I'll centralise the pressure plate a little later. Get in there, you bugger. Go for another one. Oh, missed it again. Screw them in a bit. And they're in about equal. Keep it just clear. In fact, I'm going to just go so it's about thread out the stud. Right, and I'll use that as about my start point for when I do the clutch up. Chain's not bad, so I'll leave that alone. That's this side done. I'll go around the other side and put on the timing gear, where I'll upload this one, the clutch.